Truth Talkers. Welcome back to another episode of Teatime Truth Talk with your host, Alicia Pacheco, and my father,
Rev Rich.
And as always, we have another great episode for you today. But before we get to that, as always,
you want to subscribe, you want to like, and you definitely want to hit that bell so you know when another video is dropping. And as always, remember that the message may not be for you today, but it may be for someone, so sharing is caring. And also remember that we announced this in one of our shows before, but this Sunday, we'll be doing our first celebration service. In Unity, we call them celebration services. And as always, she'll be doing the singing, I'll be doing the preaching. So you definitely want to be there as we describe and talk about how many of you have asked Alicia what unity means or what unity is. One of the taglines that I have told her to use is a positive path to spiritual living. But what exactly is that? And that's what I'll be talking over the next 4 Sundays to explain that to you in bigger terms. So as always, we're on YouTube and our podcast. So you can look up With Every Encounter on any podcast, including Amazon Music and iHeartRadio. Find us there, listen to any of our episodes, and enjoy. So with that, today we're going to do something just a little bit different. So I caught my daughter off surprise and I said, you know what? We're always worrying about other people and their issues, and that's great. That's what we're here for. We're servicing. But today, I'm going to bring a little unity into this talk. See, in unity, we call this practical Christianity, practical metaphysics. The word practical means to practice or to put it into practice. And what do we mean by that? We mean that we take the lessons that we learn. And, I've been talking at different churches. I've spoken at conferences. I've even on sale team. And I can do all the talking in the world and all the teaching. But unless somebody puts it into practice and actually proves it, our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, always said that the truth I teach you has to be proven. So now that I've bored you enough for about 3 minutes here, what I really want to do is give the platform to my daughter today to tell you the things she's learned, the things she's put into practice, and how her outcome has happened. Because there is nothing we can do on a weekly basis to share with you if it cannot be proven in some way and cannot be put into practice. So I'm going to get my face out the way and I'm going to let you speak to her for a little while as she talks to you about her life and what she's actually done with it.
Well, thank you. But like he said, I wanted to share something to you guys today because for the last week or so, of course, we've been on for Tea Time Truth Talk with you guys and doing your situations and things. But it really hit me the one day about what was going on. So today's topic, as I like to call, is self-care journey, but it can be called many different things. The way I see it for us, like you said, a path to spiritual living is the fact that I would say about 1.5 years ago, around spring, summertime, I was going through really rough time. I was dealing with a lot of hard complications with friends and relationships. I had a lot of toxic drama that was going on in my life. And it was just affecting me in ways that I'd never liked how myself was being. I was always sad and depressed and just emotionally drained all the time, trying to make other people feel better, trying to make a relationship work that wasn't really working, trying to hold on to a job that was just giving me so much stress, even if it was as simple as working in a deli. Let me tell you, customer service in general is stressful. So all you people working in customer service, I understand. Things like that. And it was just so much going on. It was like arguments here, arguments there. Someone was mad at me for this. Someone was mad at me for that. I was mad at them for this. I was mad at them for that. They didn't understand this. I didn't understand that. And it was just overwhelmingly too much. So at that moment, I just clicked the reset button and I let everything go. I stopped talking to the friends I was with. I broke up with my boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend. I quit my job. I let it all go. Cool thing about it was the next 2 weeks, a friend of mine actually took me to Connecticut. So that was just kind of funny in its own way. But with that, I just had to refresh. I had to restart and focus on myself. Problem was, I didn't know what to do. So let me tell you, this journey took a while before I figured out what was going on. But I definitely was in that motion of living in fear and doubt because of the fact of not knowing if I made the right decision. Should I have broken up with the guy? Should I let go of my friends? Now I'm just sitting in my house doing nothing. And it was at that moment where I was like, okay, well, you don't have a job. You aren't socializing as you normally do. We'll start something simple. I started drawing again. I started singing again. I ended up learning new things like Reiki, now being a Reiki practitioner, learning to study life coaching. And I picked up little things like that that ended up helping people, like Teatime Truth Talk. Learning that I love doing and love helping people go through their drama and helping them figure out ways to go through it. It ends up helping people. I also started loving more about myself. I started dressing better. I would get up in the morning, do my daily routine. I started taking care of more of my hair. If most people know, I was always doing the braids in my hair. I haven't done that for a good year or so, and I've just gone completely natural and have my own hair routine, which I haven't had in years, let me tell you. Things like that. Doing all that, working through all that, it ended up building more confidence in myself. And being able to build more confidence in myself, it ended up shifting in a way that I didn't know it was going to. I ended up getting new opportunities. Like just a couple days ago, Dad and I were on an international interview with a lady from the Philippines because she was watching our episodes and our shows and was on our YouTube video, and she was amazed by it. If someone told me I was going to be talking to somebody in a whole other country a year ago, I'd be looking at them like they were crazy. And things like that. My mom's business is building a lot better. We have almost all of her things put up on the website, and people are coming to me asking for different things. I have friends that are interested in Reiki and all these other things, and it's been exciting for that. And then on top of that, since I let all of the toxic people out of my life at the time, new people and certain old people have come back and are good for me. Like, really good for me. They make me laugh, they make me smile, and they make me feel free. It doesn't feel like a burden to be around these people. Shout outs to all of them. Shout out to Steven. We went on a car ride a couple times and we just laugh and joke and have a good time. He always talks about it's like, is this what it feels like to have crack? I promise you, we were not on any drums, but we were so happy to be in each other's company and just laughing and joking that it was just a great time. Shout out to Sean Van Fossen. We haven't seen each other since senior year of high school, and we so ended up connecting with each other. And we were just taking a joyride, going food shopping, doing normal adult things. And he asked me, he was like, "Would you have ever expected us to do this?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." But you know what? The universe said this is the time to do it, and we both were like, "We will definitely do this again." We enjoyed ourselves. Shout out to Deanna Wood. She is a good friend of mine now, where at the past we did have problems, but now we're laughing and joking via text, bringing up old memories, and it's just a good old time. Shout out to my girls, Tiffany and Vanessa. They always had my back through everything. We've known each other since sixth grade, and we're still going strong and things like that. And shout out to so many other people who have been with me through the journey, like Candace and Tyler. I appreciate you too, because you guys saw me through my worst and through my best. And it was like looking at all of it, going through the struggles and trying to push past the doubt and the fear and the insecurities and working on myself as a person and working on everything as a whole. You realize it's worth it. Like, you can do something with your life, make a difference, be a better you, and then become the best you can be. And with a lot of people, I know, like, whoever watched this, you'll have some of those doubters where it's like, oh, well, you were just lucky and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, let me tell you, if you put in the hard work and you actually take that step and you put in those actions that you normally wouldn't do, you will get somewhere. If you sit there and you just hope and pray and hope that the fact that there's something going to happen and you don't do anything about it, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change, and it's always going to stay the same way. If you keep living in that fear and doubt, you're not going to be open or see new things that are possibly happening to you. And sometimes you really do just have to click that restart button and just start fresh. And then being open now to any possibility, the good things are going to come with you. If you keep repeating the same things over and over again, you're just going to keep going through that darkness and the badness and whatever else. But clicking that restart button and just starting fresh and just being open to possibilities possible, you're going to be able to see new things and have people come into your life that are meant to be in your life and have the opportunities to do things that you've never done before, try new things, reconnect with old things you used to love, and so much more. And I think that for me was one of the biggest things that I just didn't realize was happening until like a couple days ago. Sometimes it takes an entire journey for you to realize you are definitely on the right path and you're in the right headspace. And I hope my story here, helps a lot of you get to that. Because I still have friends nowadays or people I haven't talked to who come to me complaining about the same thing that we've been complaining since high school. And it's like, I hope that this stories like this or the lessons we teach will help you understand that you just gotta click that restart button and just start fresh.
Ah. Well, let me ask you this. We talked about, and we get a little unity-ish here, but you know the terms: crucifixion, chemicalization. And it's funny because for you guys who are Christian, you know that we are in that Lenten season. Unity, we see it a little bit different. We call Lent, eliminate negative thinking. But one of the things we do use is the example of the crucifixion and the resurrection. We must die to our old self, and we go through that pain. So what did you go through for those people who were saying, well, hell, I want what she got? What did you go through at times to make you feel, and knowing what we've taught you, how did you get through it?
So, like I said, from the beginning of the year, last year, it was a lot of drama. And again, we talk about drama here and there and the little petty things, but it was just so much going on. There was a lot of incidents back and forth between me and my best friend at the time with things that I didn't understand about her, and there was a lot of things I didn't understand about myself. And there was a lot of miscommunication that drove everyone crazy, relationship problems all the way, where it felt like he didn't appreciate me for who I am, and there was times where he made me feel less than who I was supposed to be. And I'm that type of person who doesn't let people do that, but relationships were kind of new for me, so I was trying to be the best I can, but still trying to learn, so it was hard for there. My job itself was just too stressful for slicing meat and cheese. Like, the customers, there was great customers, but then there was some customers where it was like, they literally said they would send angels upon me because I wouldn't let them sample something during COVID. So it was a whole lot. And it was just emotionally too much for me. And like I said, when I hit that reset button, it felt like a huge boulder was lifted off my shoulders. If any of you guys seen Encanto, that's probably one of the best examples with surface pressure, where she just had to let go of all that pressure of the family. If you haven't seen it, I'm so sorry. Spoilers. Trying to not spoil it, but it's a great movie. I suggest you watch it. But it was, for me, how I handled it was the fact that once I hit that reset button, I had to just sit to myself and say, what do I do next? I have let everything go. And now I am literally a blank slate, like a blank canvas. Where do I start painting the picture? And sometimes you just got to start with a line on the canvas and then work from there. And that's honestly it. So by starting little things that I used to do or trying new things, I was able to let go of that hurt and let go of the pain that was going on within me and just try to focus on more positive things. Yeah.
Well, what would you tell somebody? Like, you've heard me say the term, if you're going through hell, keep going. It's a Winston Churchill quote, but it really means. And as an adult, someone who's now, in his young 50s, We go through a lot more because we worry about our kids, we worry about ourselves, we worry about our relationships, we're worrying about our marriages, we're worrying about the job, we're worrying about, we have all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times, and I can tell you, I feel the same way, you just want to stop. You just want to lay down and just say, I'm done. But I knew that I had to continue to walk in faith. And as I use the word faith, I want you to take with you that faith does not have religious overtones. Faith is about not knowing where you're going, but having the strength to move forward. What would you tell to someone right now who may be going through almost the same thing as you've done, have gone through to get to where you are today, to let them find a way to continue on?
Get out of bed every morning. Simple as that. Now that sounds weird, and I'm pretty sure I've said this once before in another video. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to say it again. Get out of bed in the morning. And what I mean by this is simple. When I was at LCCC in my speech class, very great speech class, let me tell you, but we had to do a essay on an award ceremony on who you would give the award to. And a lot of people did their parents or friends or whoever. And I was going to do the same thing. But then I stopped to think about it and I was like, look, the one person who needs the biggest award is yourself. And if you're going through tough times and trying to get through, push past, like as he said, go, if you're in hell, go straight through it. Getting out of bed in the morning was the title of the award, giving them to yourself. Meaning that you're going to have those days where you're not going to want to get out of bed and you want to just shut the world out. You want to cry yourself to sleep. You want to scream at the top of your lungs and want to hate everything about you and the world. But by getting up in the morning, it forces you to start your day. And by starting the day, it forces you to make you think and push through whatever is going through. It's going to make you do things that you don't normally do. It's going to make you go through your brain and go through the problems that you're going through. It's going to make you it's going to force you to push through whatever you're pushing through. And now I know getting out of bed is like a simple thing, but just that step, because I'm telling you right now, there were times where I was in hell and I was trying to push through, but instead I just stood there. I put my head under the covers and I slept the whole day and just let whatever was bothering me bother me. But I realized by doing that, I'm not getting anything done. I'm not doing anything to make myself better. So by getting up in the bed, making my bed, going downstairs, the little things actually do help. So it may not seem this extravagant thing, but it does. Because it forces you to get up, look at yourself, do things that you love, push you past the limit of, I'm done. I don't want to do it. I give up. Because, listen, I'm lazy. Making my own bed takes a lot for me. But by doing that, it makes you feel accomplished. It's the right word to say. By doing the little things, you're more accomplished. And by being accomplished, you're going to push past that doubt of, I'm not good enough. It's too hard. I don't want to do it. I give up. Because if you're able to do the little things, you'll be able to do the big things afterwards. And by doing the big things, you'll be able to accomplish anything. And I think doing steps like that, like getting up in the morning and feeling accomplished by doing that, looking yourself in the mirror and go, I'm beautiful. I'm good enough. Going downstairs, actually putting nutrition in your body, because there's times where I didn't want to eat because I was like, whatever. By doing that and accomplishing those little goals, you're going to be able to accomplish many more, and then nothing will stop you in that way.
So with that being said, I'll leave you with 2 points. There's a book actually written called Make Your Bed by a naval officer, because he says if you can do one thing, you can do many things. Also, motion creates emotion. So if you're not feeling well, get up, do something, take a walk, do whatever. Dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody's listening, do anything to get you out of that funk. Because you know what? Like I said, when we are crucified in our own minds, then we resurrect as the new person. It becomes so much better because we see a better outlook. Like I said, I'm 51 years old and I have the same doubts that you guys have every day. Just doing these videos have been doubtful for me many times. This Sunday service we're about to took almost a month to finally convince myself I'm good enough to do this. So if you ever feel like you're not good enough, know that you are. If you ever feel like life is hell, probably just keep going through. Don't stop. Because if you do, and for those my daughter here always tells about, she loves the speech I did about the bridge. Because what happens is you go halfway through, you stop, and your answers and your action and your gift is waiting for you at the other side. But we choose to turn around and come back. And we never reach that other side. Last thing I'll leave you for is, if we always end with, our normal talk, but I want to tell you, I need you to be the best you for us. And we need to be our best us for you.
Absolutely.
And that's important because there are little brothers, there are little sisters, there are big brothers, big sisters, friends, relatives, acquaintances that need the gift that you have. So today I tell you that there is nothing you can't do if you set your mind to it. There is nothing that'll stop you. And if you really want to blow your mind, anything that's happened in the past and anything you think is going to happen in the future only lives in one space, and that's in your mind. So when you come to this present moment and know that we're telling you that you are the best you can be, you know where we're at. So, okay. I now resign.
He is 110% correct. But he also went preacher mode on you, so be careful. No, but he is absolutely correct on whatever and everything he has said. So please, please take my stories, take his stories, take what we said, and put that into action. And your time will come. Sometimes journeys take longer than 2 months and will take a whole lot longer than a year. Like, it will, you just got to put that effort in and just keep moving forward. And honestly, if you are ever in that feeling of doubt or fear, you can come to us. I have helped many people who were stuck, and I have helped them lead their way to the right path that they were supposed to be on. And he has done the same. So if you do need help, you can come to us in any way, shape, and form. And with that, before we leave, I also want to let you guys know that make sure you show up for our, hopefully this is the last week, next week. Well, the last Tuesday of this month, I will also have a special guest for you guys. So make sure you show up for that video as well.
I got kicked out again.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. But as always, we love you. There's nothing you can do about it. And we will see you next time.